Welcome to another episode of Just Talk with Gabe. I'm here, my sidekick is here.
Here.
And so is our guest. Let's get started. Who do we have on today's show?
Today we are continuing with our Season 4 fun with special guest Rocco Cross.
This is going to be one interesting interview. Rocco does it all.
Absolutely.
But before we get started, shout out to our sponsors, Fade Life Clothing, BCK Online, and Link PR.
Fade Life Clothing is a unique clothing line out of Atlanta, Georgia, geared towards those who love intoxicating style.
BCK Online is a digital online magazine that keeps you in the know and up to date on the lives of young entertainers, rising stars, parents, and much more.
And our newest addition to the family is Link PR. Link PR is definitely the missing link to your success in the entertainment industry.
I'm glad Fade Life and BCK are both back for another season, and welcome Link PR. All right, go grab your snacks, sit back, relax, and as always, enjoy the show. Rocco, welcome to the show. We are glad you could join us for an episode of Just Talk with Gabe.
Thank you, buddy. I'm really happy to be here. Thanks so much for wanting me on your show.
Absolutely. We're glad to have you.
Mm-hmm. Right, let's get into it. You have your own IG series, The Guru Room Show. Tell us how you got started with it.
Oh wow, okay. Well, during this whole mess we call COVID, I was off from work and I had a lot of time on my hands, and me and my buddy Tim, we run a horror site, so we were doing interviews on the site, but it was only written ones, and a lot of fans from the site were like, we want to start watching videos, we want to start watching stuff, and if you could do the interviews through video, like either on Instagram or Zoom or Skype. And I was the one that does all the interviews for the show. So, awesome. So like when they said do video interviews, I was hesitant on that because I didn't want to put my face out there on video because of my speech issue. And when I was doing the interviews through written, I didn't have to worry about speaking. All I would do is write down questions and send them over to the stars or the people that book the stars, and it would be fast and easy, and no phone calls, no video, so I was good with that. So the thought of actually doing a video series terrified me.
Wow.
And so I just went ahead and decided to go for it, and whoever likes it, whoever don't. And not everyone's going to like it because, they don't like the way I sound or the way I talk, because I've gotten plenty of messages from people saying you don't know how to interview people because you stumble over your words and all kinds of stuff. So I was like, if they don't like it, they don't have to listen. I'm not begging them to listen to the show.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Well, I mean, you are an inspiration to kids that have, speech disabilities or things like that. So keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. Like when I first started it, I wore this like horror mask because I was basically, I mean, if you look all the way back to like the first probably 10 people I had on the show, I'm wearing this creepy horror mask because I didn't want to show my face on video, because I was scared to show my face on video in case I didn't do a good job or stumbled over my words, and I didn't want everyone to see my face because they'll know I'm the guy on the video that stutters. And so I hid behind a mask, literally.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, literally.
Yeah,
that's true.
And it was one of the stars I interviewed Felissa Rose. She's in a bunch of horror movies, and she was like, "You need to stop putting that mask on and actually show your face. You're not a bad interviewer, and plus that mask creeps a lot of people out."
Absolutely. I don't. Yeah. I'm glad you ditched the mask.
Definitely glad. Now, you've interviewed all kinds of people from all walks of life. What has been your funnest interview?
Ooh, oh my God! Like, it's really hard to pick because everyone that I had on so far as a guest have been like super nice and super cool, and they go along with the jokes and the humor, and I mainly deal a lot with like horror films, and right. It's always fun to have someone on that isn't involved with the horror world to actually hear what kind of horror films that they like or video games that involve with horror. And like I don't it's hard to pick one. Like everybody's been super nice and cool. I mean, when I had you on, you were very nice.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, speaking of horror, guys, I don't know if you can hear it yet, Rocco, or I don't know if our guests
power
can hear
tools
it.
Outside.
There's power tools outside, and I don't see anyone. So, I'm just gonna leave that right there. There's like chainsaws going on, and
I don't know what's happening.
There was what do you call the thing, the little gun, the nail gun earlier, and I still cannot see anyone. So I'm just gonna put that.
Well, it is the month of Halloween.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but it's also 2:00 in the afternoon.
So. Well, whatever you're doing is actually working really well because I cannot hear any power tools, nothing.
Okay. Well, good.
Now, speaking of bizarre things, what has been the most bizarre interview that you've had?
Oh my God. Well, I don't want to mention the guy's name or nothing because he actually likes some my videos sometimes and I post them, but there was a movie director and writer, and he came on the show completely high.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Okay, that would have made for an interesting interview.
Definitely.
Yeah, and you could see, like, you could definitely tell the way he was interacting with me and stuff, and he was definitely like had a few drinks or smoked something, or it was very interesting.
Wow.
Now, would you say that would be your most memorable interview, or has there been another?
Probably, I would say, because I was like a really big fan of his. I don't know if you ever watched that television series 911 Lone Star.
Oh yes, we have. Totally.
Well, I'm a big fan of the main guy, the one who plays Rob Lowe's son.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like a huge fan of his, and he was doing a horror film, Smiley Face Killers, it was called, and I contacted the people that were doing the film, and I said, look, I'm a really huge fan of his. Ronan is his name, and I said I would love to do an interview with him. That would be so awesome, so amazing. And they got back to me and said they spoke to him, and he was honored that I was like a fan of his, and he said that he would do the interview, and I was completely shocked because like he's a huge star, and I wasn't expecting him to do my little Brew Room video interview show because like I wasn't expecting a big star like that to want to do it, and he did it, and he was like so down to earth and really awesome, and I had so much fun talking to him. I was trying not to act like a nerd and mark out or anything, and I was like trying to stay calm, but he was completely like cool.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
That's
a good show.
Now, who is the one person that you haven't interviewed yet that you would like to?
Probably AEW wrestler Chris Jericho. Like, I've been a huge fan of his for many years, and he is just so awesome because the guy is a wrestler. He's the lead singer of a rock band. He's a host of a podcast, and he wrote books.
Oh no!
Nice.
I know who Chris Jericho is. See?
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
That would be like a dream come true to actually interview him, because Jericho is a major horror fan, and I would just love to talk to him about horror movies.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Now, what would you say is the hardest part about doing interviews?
Talking.
Yeah,
Definitely for me, it definitely is about talking, because I don't want to completely stumble over my words all the time, because I don't want to make the guests feel weird. Because I mean, sometimes I guess a guest would feel like a little, uneasy if the person that's interviewing them keeps like stumbling over their words or whatever. And I want them to feel good when they come on the show, not feel nervous or anxious or anything. And that's like the only thing that bothers me is like my speech and talking. And I always hope to give like a good interview where I don't stumble 1,000 times and only a few times,
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think if, like I said,
talking is hard for everyone.
Talking is hard for everybody. And I talk very fast, and sometimes people...
And I talk very little.
Yeah. And then people are just looking at me like, what are you saying? And then I repeat it, and it's even faster. So I think we all have that, a nuance about our speech. And like I said, you are a role model to so many kids. And, the president has speech issues. So I think you're in pretty good company.
I think you're in pretty good shape.
Yeah, I think you are. So
thank you.
Okay, Rocco, you're also an actor yourself. You've been in a few films, few horror movies. Tell us about your work.
Oh, okay. Well, the films I did were nothing like big, like no Lionsgate or Blumhouse films or nothing like that. It's very low budget to no budget horror films. And the Daisy Durkin's Dog Sitter of the Damned was the first one I did, and I played my wrestling character in the film. And then after that was the Eat the Evil Brew. And the Evil Brew is basically about a bunch of college jocks, and I was one of the college jocks that murder this nerd, this loner, and dump him in beer after he's dead, and the beer becomes possessed and brings him back, and then he comes back and kills us all. And
wow. No, college students, don't go doing this.
Actually, speaking of being, you mentioned you were a wrestler. So can you tell us how you got started with that?
Yeah, definitely. Wow, it started back in 2003, and that was yeah. I found out, I was looking up wrestling schools and saw a wrestling school that was close to where I live at, and the wrestler that trained me passed. His name was Pretty Boy Larry Sharp. He used to wrestle for the WWF when it was still called that. And so I trained with him, and in 2004 was my very first match, and I wrestled overseas in Manchester, England, for my first 2 matches.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
I mean, wrestling school is tough. It's really tough. It's not easy at all. It's not for everybody. They put you through hell. They constantly are making you run around and the hitting the ropes and taking bumps and working out, and it's like a nonstop workout for a couple hours. And when you're hitting the ropes, you have to learn how to hit the ropes right, because if you don't hit the ropes right, it leaves a bruise right under your arm,
wow.
hitting chest is that? And I would come home with like red marks and skin ripped off, and
oh no, that looks like a hard career.
Yeah.
Yes, the training for wrestling is very hard, and once you get involved in the actual like bouts and stuff, like I mean, it's not easy, but it's better than training for wrestling.
Actually doing it is easier than training. Wow.
Yeah. But like you still get hurt. I mean, you're in there wrestling someone, and I mean, the wrestlers don't go in there to actually hurt the other guy, but it definitely happens because it's a very physical sport where you're actually fighting the guy and wrestling them, and you will get hurt. Like no wrestler has ever left the world of wrestling without having a whole bunch of things wrong with them, from back injuries to knee injuries and concussions and all kinds of stuff.
Wow. So what's your ring name?
Oh, well, when I used to wrestle, it was funny story behind that is
oh boy.
because I'm like very like nice and outgoing, and the wrestling training, they wanted me to do something that was totally out of character, like the total opposite of who I am. So they said, we want you to be dark and evil and mysterious, and my friend at the time was reading a book of Charles Manson.
Wow.
Oh wow.
And I don't know if you follow like that or not anything, but there was a certain term that Charles Manson used when like the victim's blood he would write on the wall, and that was my character. Helter Skelter.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow. That's creepy.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
So
see, oh wow.
So yeah, that was they gave me the gimmick of that, and they wanted me to be dark, and I ran with that from 2004 up until I retired in 2019.
Wow, that one is kind of dark. I'm thinking more like, back in the good old days when I was glued to the TV watching like Andre the Giant and what's his name, Junkyard Dog.
Yeah,
I never missed a Friday night match. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you love wrestling.
I used to love wrestling.
Who was like the ones you love? Like who was like your all time greatest to watch? Like the one you like the most?
I think the one I liked the most was Junkyard Dog because his theme song.
Oh, nice.
I mean, his theme song just totally rocked, and so I would get up and just like start dancing in front of the TV. Hey, I was a creative child.
Yes, apparently so.
Okay, so back at you, Rocco. Who's your favorite all-time wrestler?
Oh, Randy Macho Man Savage.
Oh yeah. Oh, he was great.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So I have to put him on my favorites list too. His little glasses and he was like all out there and with his clothes. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Those clothes and those costumes, they're just like
yes.
They're wild.
Yeah.
I mean, do you guys, when you finish like a match or something, do you go back and just crack up laughing? Well, I guess you're in pain, but like I was just kind of start laughing at the audience and just be like, wow.
I mean, yeah, you got a point there.
You kind of have to look out
and just laugh
and just kind of go, they're here to see me, and it's like a big honor. But then you kind of have to just like, this is so mind blowing.
Yeah.
Oh no, there have been times where like I'll look out into the crowd and they'll be doing something funny, and I'll have like a little smirk, but I can't full blown laugh because that would be breaking my character. Because my character's supposed to be this dark person, so I can't like laugh at people or slap hands and hug fans.
No. Helter Skelter is the gentleman outside with the power tools. That's
I heard voices out there.
I don't
see anybody. Okay. We're gonna go on commercial break. We'll be back.
Okay, Rocco, will you stay with us for after commercial?
Definitely.
Okay, guys, we'll be back.
Okay.
Welcome back to the show, everyone.
Welcome back, guys.
I still hear the power tools, but anyway.
I do too. I don't know, Rocco. I'm telling you, helter skelter, power tools.
Yeah. All right. If you guys have not downloaded the Anchor.fm app, please do so.
Do so today and start making your own podcast.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. For good. The power tools are still there, but the show must go on.
Yes, the show must go on.
Rocco, what is your favorite city and why?
My favorite city. Well, when I was wrestling, I did travel a bit, like Florida, Ohio, Alabama, England. Probably the city that's the most fun, I would say, is Las Vegas.
Oh yeah, Vegas. Yeah, Vegas. No, you can go on your own. We'll go on our own and then compare notes. How's that?
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Vegas is a good spot.
Mm-hmm. The stuff you see out there, like, oh my God, like that saying is true. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Like the stuff you see out there just on the streets, and it was mind blowing.
Oh yeah, it's totally. If you like to people watch, I love to people watch.
Yes,
it's like hilarious. You just go get you a nice spot, get you some food, a drink, and just sit and look and laugh.
Right, exactly.
All right. Now, sushi or burgers?
I'm more of a fan of sushi. I love sushi, especially like eel rolls. That's my favorite.
Huh.
Wow. No, I've never had sushi because I'm allergic.
So am I.
Gabe's allergic.
Oh, okay.
So
I like a good burger.
I do love a good burger.
I mean, I love that too. Like I love cheeseburgers, turkey burgers.
Yeah.
Sushi always looks so pretty, though. I mean, it just looks it looks too pretty. It's called the colors.
I know.
Right? And like, do you want to eat that? It looks so pretty.
Well, if you're starving, I wouldn't recommend eating sushi because you'll eat that and still be hungry.
Oh yeah. So never mind on that.
Yeah. Now, would you rather travel to the past or to the future?
That's a good question. I would love to go back to the past, like in the era of the 70s, and because the music was so good in the 70s.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I wasn't around for it, but like going back and listening to records that my mom or my uncle plays, and like that era of music was so good, and I would have loved to go and seen like the bands in their prime, like live, and going to the clubs live and hearing the music playing. Like that would be awesome.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. Just the clothes were not that appealing though.
Yeah, no.
They
should leave the 70s clothes in the 70s.
Leave the 70s clothes, but I'll go with you on the music.
Oh yeah, that must have been so much fun. And I mean, I've seen bands that were out in that era, like they don't sound the same anymore. But like, it would have been great to see them in their prime. Like I saw the Rolling Stones and Paul McCartney.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome to see the Stones back in their heyday.
My God.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Now, if you could be anyone for a day, who would you be?
I'm trying to think on this one. Probably the person that I really want to interview, Chris Jericho. I would love to see how it feels to be in his shoes, to have. He has huge success in everything that he does, like from podcaster, lead singer of a rock band, wrestler, an author. Like I would love to be in his shoes, like just to see how that feels to be big and all those things, and actually just to go on stage and in front of a live crowd and have a band playing behind you. And
Totally rock out.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
that would be cool. Now, are you more of a book person or a movie person?
More of a movie person. I'm one of those people that really don't like to read.
I'll read if I'm forced to.
But see, I love to read. I like to read the book and then watch the movie and complain how the movie doesn't follow the book.
I mean, for me, you have to like literally, like if the power is out and there's nothing left to do, that's when I'll read. And you know that because that actually happened.
This is true. This is true.
The power was out and I had nothing to do, so I was like, you know what? Okay, fine. Now I'll read.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm probably the same way. Like I literally have to be forced to read. Like when I was in school and they wanted me to read a book for a book report, I would always buy Cliff Notes or rent the movie.
Yep.
Yeah, I still look at Spark Notes.
Yeah, Spark Notes are they're easy. They're easier to follow.
Sometimes. Now, would you rather have Scooby-Doo or Garfield as a pet?
Probably Scooby-Doo because he deals a lot with ghosts and horror.
Right, that's true. That's true.
I'm not getting an eating contest with Garfield.
I think Garfield and I have the same personality somewhat. So
okay.
So we both hate Mondays.
Yeah, we both hate Mondays. So there you go. We have so much in common already.
Now, do you eat like a big tray of lasagna like Garfield?
I could. Let's just throw that out there. I could.
Yeah. Now, if you could only take 5 things to a desert island, what would they be?
Ooh. Let's see. Well, it definitely isn't going to be books.
No,
probably my dog.
Okay.
That would be one. Probably something to drink, like a case of water or something like that, because I don't want to like be thirsty when I'm on the island.
Right, that's true.
And iPod so I could listen to music.
Okay, that's a good
because,
one.
I mean, what else are you gonna do besides like lay on the sand and listen to music, right?
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
Let's see, that's 3 already. I don't know if I'm stranded on an island. I might have to bring some kind of knife or something to hunt.
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, because I don't want to starve. So yeah, that would be one. That would be another thing. And let's see. Oh, definitely a change of clothes because I don't want to be on the island naked in case someone does come and find me, and I don't want to be bearing it all while they find me.
That's a good one. No one has ever said clothes.
No,
that's a good
They're
idea.
Gonna wear the same thing every day, like cartoon characters.
That's true. That's true. Okay, so you mentioned food, Rocco. You bring, so you could go hunt. You bring your knife. What's the one meal that you could eat every day and be happy?
Ooh, probably pizza. I love that pizza. Any kind of pizza.
Okay.
Yeah, since pizza comes in like all different varieties, you could, in theory, have a different meal every day.
This is
definitely.
Yes. And it's still pizza.
There you go. That's a good one. That's a good way to get around that. That's a very good way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love all kinds of pizza. Plain anchovies. A lot of people don't like anchovies on pizza, but I kind of do. And all the meats like the meatballs and sausage. Oh my god, I'm making myself all hungry.
I love putting all kinds of
Yeah, that's true. Because you're in the north, right? You're like New York area or
Philly.
Okay, so oh my gosh, I bet the pizza there is awesome.
Oh yeah,
it is.
So yeah, I don't blame you for saying pizza.
Yeah, no. If you could be best friends with any fictional character, who would it be?
Ooh, okay. Michael Myers from Halloween. No, I'm only kidding.
That
me
would be a
see.
one-way conversation there.
Yeah.
That would be, yes. I mean, probably I was a huge fan of Ian Gallagher on the television series Shameless.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
if I could be friends with anyone, like I think it would be Ian. Like I always got a kick out of him. Like, you know, he's he was part of this wild, crazy family. His father was a junkie and a drunk, but
Right.
Ian always tried to do good and do right. Like he definitely had a good heart, but he did get into trouble because of the family that he lived with.
Yeah, that's
Right.
yeah.
But yeah, like I always liked his like character, and definitely someone I would love to hang out with, because you could tell he was a decent person.
That's a good answer.
That is a good answer.
That's a really good answer.
Now, what is the one app that you have on your phone that you hardly use, and why is it still there?
One app that I hardly ever use is Snapchat, but
Oh my
I
gosh.
haven't gotten rid of it.
In ages.
Yeah, I deleted. I was the same way. I had Snapchat on the phone and just never used it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's really no reason to use it, because I mean, you got Facebook and Instagram. If you want to talk to someone, just talk to them on that.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
Right. Now, describe your sense of humor in one word.
I don't know. A lot of people say I have like a dry sense of humor, so I guess dry. I don't know.
High five.
There we go.
So do I. Think all three of us have a dry sense of humor.
If this conversation is anything, then
if this conversation is any indication to what we are all cracking up laughing at.
Yeah. Now, go ahead.
I mean, there would be times where I tried to make jokes and people just stare at me with a straight face, so obviously it wasn't funny.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know, my mom has a dry sense of humor. She has a real...
Yeah, but it's like more than ours. Like she'll say something and then we're both just like, what?
Yeah, and you're just kind of like, but like people look at you, we kind of look at her and we're just like, and then she's just cracking up. And what's funny about it is she's a real sweet, quiet, you know, sensitive
and then she just
soul.
says something.
And then she says something totally off kilter.
And we're just like, what?
Oh my God.
So, I think that makes four of us. So.
Yeah. Now, what is the one piece of advice you would give to kids who want to follow in your footsteps with everything you're doing?
Following my footsteps, I would tell them to go find someone else.
Yeah.
I mean, if people are fans of me, which I'm shocked, but I mean, then I would say just don't let anything stop you from what you want to do. If you have a dream, definitely try it and go for it. Whether you fail or go far in it, at least you tried. And years down the line, when you grow up and you're an adult, you can't say, you can't be bitter or say, oh, I could have done that. You know, at least you went out there and tried, like whether you fail or go far. And that's what I did with wrestling. Like when I decided I wanted to be a wrestler, my family was like, you're never going to make it. You're never going to be the way that Hulk Hogan is, or The Rock, or, well, I mean, The Rock wasn't out when I was going for it, but
Right.
They would say, you know, you're not going to be the next Hogan or Macho Man, or, you know, and it's a very hard world because you got like thousands of wrestlers all trying to get into the WWE, because at that time, the only wrestling promotion around where you make money is the WWE, but now you got a few other ones. So any wrestlers just breaking into it now are very lucky, because, you know, they got a few options, not just the WWE. But me, my only option was that, because that's the only place you can make money. And I went for it. I did it all those years, never got signed to where I wanted to, but at least I tried it. And, you know, the same thing with the podcast host thing. I was scared to death on doing that. And I told you earlier, I was wearing a mask to hide behind the mask so people wouldn't recognize my face. And I tried it, and now I'm still going strong with it. I don't wear a mask anymore. I got more comfortable doing it, and the stars that I've been interviewing have been nothing but nice, and they're well aware going in about my speech issue, because I come out and say I'm the host that stutters, and I throw it out there so that the guests to come in know that it's not going to be a perfect interview on my end because of the way I talk. So at least they know that going in. But yeah, for anyone young, like, even if you have speech issues or any kind of issues, don't be scared to go for it, and put yourself out there. You're gonna have a lot of people laugh at you, a lot of people send you hate mail. I mean, I get that all the time. I get people hating on me because of the way I talk, or laughing at me. And I mean, I dealt that all my life, but you have to get thick skin and not give in to it.
That's true. That's great advice. That's great advice for anyone. Now, with everything that you have going on, what's next for you? What else do you have going on? What's next for you?
Well, I would like to do more with like films and stuff. This one director's making another horror film, and he contacted me to be in it. So I'm crossing my fingers that I get to have a role in the film. So that's something to look forward to if I get to do another horror film. But other than that, I'm doing my Gru room show, and interviewing different artists, whether they're actors or wrestlers or sports athletes, singers. It don't matter who you are. If you want to get interviewed, you just contact my page and I'll interview you. And I'm still doing that every week, and I'm part of boxing now. I manage a boxer.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the boxer I manage is Josh Jones Cologne, and he's the middleweight champion. And the last fight I managed him on, like, he won the fight, and I got up on the ring to celebrate with him, and his opponent was the sore loser, and he sucker punched me off the apron.
Oh no. Oh my God, are you okay? I mean, that's awful.
Yeah, I'm fine. So, he sucker punched me. So, I might have to start having Josh Cologne train me a little.
Absolutely.
Get even with him and challenge him to a fight. The guy who sucker punched me.
See, somebody may then take you and Josh under their wing, and if they manage the both of you guys.
Right,
wow.
Exactly.
All right, and then my final question is, where can people find you on social media?
The page I'm on the most is probably my Instagram, and I got 2 pages. Rocco Cross actor. It's ROCCO CROSS and actor, and of course my interview show, the Gru Room Show. So that's the THE Gru GRUE Room RUME and show SHOW.
All right. Hey. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
I have had a blast.
Definitely.
Oh, it was definitely fun. I mean, I'm really thankful that you both wanted to interview me. Like, it was the first interview I've ever done, and I was telling you earlier, like, I don't think no one wanted to interview me when I was wrestling because they were probably scared of the dark character that I was.
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming on.
We are very glad you came on, so thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it a lot.
That was a great interview. Thanks to Rocco for joining us today. Make sure to check out his show, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.